What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Locked Up 365. If you're new to my channel and you like jail-related content, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell so you can be notified soon as a video touches down. Today I'm going to be talking about the grand jury. So if you catch a charge, a fresh charge, and for some reason the bond's too high, you can't get out, or like you're already on probation and you catch a charge, typically they don't let you back out because you're fighting two different cases. So whatever the circumstance, you're not getting out of jail. You will have to wait to be indicted. Now the indictment process is 60 days, up to 60 days. It could take 45 days, it could take 30 days, but they can't go past that 60-day mark. Now, if it comes back that they do indict you on the charge, that means that the state is prosecuting you for whatever charge they say you did. Now, if it comes back and they're not indicting you, it comes back as a no true bill, that means that they have to release you. So basically that means that the grand jury basically found you not guilty of whatever crime if it comes back a no true bill. Now, if it comes back a true bill and they're indicting you on it, that means that you're stuck. The state is coming after you for whatever charge you got locked up for. So just a little bit of history on the grand jury. The grand jury is not just a United States thing. The grand jury was actually founded in England in 1215, before the United States was even United States. So this all started in England. They started using it and the United States just adopted it. Alright, so the grand jury is made up of 12 jurors. They basically do it the same thing as like a jury trial. They'll call like 24 people. Some states only they'll just have the 12 people come in for jury duty. So it's literally the same process as like a jury trial. Now, what they'll do is they basically sit down all together and they go over all the evidence. Like whatever evidence they got against you, the state goes over it with them. And they have to have 9 out of 12 has to vote yes to indict you. So if they only get 8 votes, then it comes back a no true bill and they have to release you on them charges because they can't indict you. Alright, so all the jury members are a part of the community. Like they live in the county and they all have to have a valid driver's license. Them are the only stipulations to be a part of the grand jury. The whole time I was locked up, I only seen the grand jury come back one time where they didn't indict somebody. And that was because the guy was on parole in Indiana and they were having to... The whole time I was locked up, I only seen the grand jury not indict one time. The guy was on probation in Indiana, and I guess for some reason they were in Kentucky. They got pulled over, and the cop found the dryer sheet stuffed up underneath the passenger dashboard. So I guess it smelled throughout the whole car instead of smelling like cigarette smoke, probably, but... Anyway, the cop pulled it out and he said a white substance fell out of it, but it was probably just the stuff on the dryer sheet where it had been up underneath there so long it had dried out. But he thought it was meth or coke. Now, they didn't test any of it because there wasn't nothing to test. So they like physically had to send the dryer sheet to the lab to have it swabbed and tested. So the whole process, when you get locked up, you might wait a week or a week and a half in order to get in court just to be bound over to the grand jury. Then they have 60 days from that day to indict you. And then it'll take a week or two for them to get the paperwork through the court system and back to you to find out if you're indicted. So if you're catching a new charge or know somebody that's catching a charge, it's probably going to be around 2.5, 3 months before they're actually indicted. But the guy got his letter and he couldn't even get released because he had a holder in Indiana. From where he was in jail, he couldn't go see his PO in Indiana, so it violated him. So he had to wait like 3 more weeks just for them to come pick him up. And he had to go through the whole extradition process, you know, sign the papers and all that. And it was just crazy. Like, they finally picked him up, they took him over there, he had to wait on a court date over there, and finally they got it all straightened out, squared away. But all in all, he did like 4 months in jail for no reason, because some cop just wasn't doing his job right. I'm pretty sure all them cops have those test kits. There had to be something on there that he could test. I mean, heck, they had them test kits where you just put it in the water, pop it, and shake it. They had that in the 90s on cops, so I know they have it today. I mean, each cop might not carry that stuff around, but if you're going to charge somebody, you should have some kind of evidence, not just an old dusty dryer sheet. But definitely, waiting to be indicted is one of the worst parts. Once you get indicted, then you're waiting to go to court to find out what kind of time you're actually going to face, or if there's a possibility of you getting out. Alright, so if the grand jury does come back and say that they're indicting you on the charges, then you're basically screwed at that point. You're going to end up with probation or your time, or they might sentence you to like a rehab and probation kind of deal. But you're going to end up with some kind of time. You're not, at that point, you're done. You're not getting out scot-free. They done indicted you. The state is charging you. So after you get indicted, there's basically the only hope you got is to get out on some kind of diversion or probation. Each state's different. Like Kentucky has diversion. If it's your first felony, they'll put you on diversion. It's the same thing as probation. But with diversion, if you complete it and you don't have no mishaps, the felony comes off your record. But if you violate the diversion, then they end up throwing you on probation. And if you screw the probation up, typically they just give you your time and you'll end up hitting parole, and then you'll get released that way. And then if you mess up on parole in Kentucky, you have MRS, mandatory reentry supervision. You usually hit that when you have about 8 or 9 months left of your sentence. So when you catch a charge, you have multiple outs. Like, they're not going to keep you unless it's like a real bad violent crime. If you just have like some petty thefts or possessions or something like that, you'll be in and out of the system fairly quick. If it ain't like a day or two, I'm sure you'll get out within the first 3 or 4 months. Now, if you never done no jail time, that's a lot of time to do, but that's all I got on the grand jury. I am going to be coming out with a video on jury selection and jury trials. I'm going to go through the whole process because the system is definitely rigged against you. If you're in that situation, it's rigged against you, even if you have a paid lawyer. That's all I got on this video. Check out the link below if you want to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or if you would like to check out Locked Up 365 merchandise, or even if you would like to donate to Locked Up 365. I want to thank everybody for watching. See y'all real soon.